In a quiet little village, there lived a poor shoemaker named Oliver. He worked all day fixing shoes. He didn't earn much money, but he was honest and kind. Oliver had a wife named Helen. She was very beautiful, but even more than that, she was gentle, kind, and loving. They lived in a small house, wore simple clothes, and ate simple food. But they were happy because they truly loved each other. Next to them lived a rich shopkeeper named Remo. He had a big store and sold many fine things, spices, clothes, and jewelry. He wore gold rings and rich robes. But Remo was not kind. He was proud and selfish. One day, Remo saw Helen at the well. Her dress was old, but her face shone with beauty. Remo thought, why is such a lovely woman living with a poor man? She should be mine. The next day when Oliver went to his shop, Remo walked to their house. He smiled at Helen and said, "You are too beautiful for a poor man like Oliver. Look at your dress, old and plain. If you were my wife, I would give you gold, silk, and a beautiful house." Helen laughed at him. "Go home," she said. "I love my husband." But Remo didn't stop. Every day he came back. Every day he said the same things. He brought her little gifts, sweet words, and showed her shiny things from his store. One night, Helen looked at her clothes. Her dress had holes. Her shoes were worn out. She thought about Remo's words. Why hasn't Oliver ever bought me something beautiful? She wondered. Maybe he doesn't love me enough. The next morning, she said to Oliver, "My husband, look at me. My dress is old. I want a new one." Oliver smiled. "To me, you are the most beautiful woman in the world, with or without new clothes." Helen frowned. "If you really loved me, you would buy me a new dress." Oliver felt sad. He didn't have much money, only enough to buy leather for his work, but he loved his wife and wanted her to be happy. That day, he went to the market and bought a blue dress with all the money he had. When he gave it to Helen, her face lit up with joy. She hugged him and said, "Now I know you love me." But the next day, Remo came again. "I see he bought you a dress," Remo said. "That's nice. But where is your gold necklace? Where are your rings?" A truly loving husband gives his wife gold. Helen didn't reply, but she began to wonder again. That night, she said, "Oliver, I want gold jewelry, just a necklace or earrings." Oliver sighed. "I don't have the money." Helen looked down. "Then maybe you don't love me." Oliver was hurt. He went to his cousin and borrowed money. He promised to work in his cousin's fields to pay it back. After many days of hard work, he bought Helen a necklace and earrings. When Helen saw the jewelry, she smiled and kissed him. "Thank you, my love. Now I know you really love me." But Remo came back once more. He said, "Pretty dress, pretty gold. But can your husband make miracles? If a man truly loves a woman, he can do anything, even magic." Helen laughed. "No one can make miracles." "I can," Remo said. "Come with me and I will show you." "But you must leave, Oliver." Helen was quiet. Her heart was confused. That night, Oliver saw Helen was sad. "What is wrong, my dear?" he asked. Helen said softly, "Remo says love should make miracles. He says if you really loved me, you would do magic for me." Oliver's face fell. He didn't know what to say. He walked out of the house into the woods and sat under a tree. Oh God, he prayed, please help me. I love my wife. I don't want to lose her. Please show me what to do. Just then, an old man appeared. He wore a long robe and had bright eyes. I heard your prayer, the man said. Take these 2 sticks. What do they do? Oliver asked. With the first stick, the old man said, you can turn someone into a goat. With the second stick, you can turn them back into a person. Oliver bowed and thanked him. He ran home the 2 magic sticks. Helen, he called. Come outside. Helen stepped out. Watch this, Oliver said. And he touched her with the first stick. Poof! She turned into a goat. She had 4 legs and furry ears. She tried to talk, but all she said was, Ma. Oliver gently touched her with the second stick. In a flash, she was human again. She stared at her hands, shocked. That was a real miracle. Yes, Oliver said. Love helped me do it. Will you still listen to Remo now? Helen's eyes filled with tears. No, she said, I was wrong. You love me truly. I will never listen to Remo again. Oliver gave her the first stick. He hid the second one on the roof. The next day, Remo came again. Well, he said, did your husband learn to do miracles? Yes, Helen said calmly. Watch this. She took the first stick and touched Remo. Poof! He became a goat. The goat blinked and looked around in fear. He tried to talk, but all he could say was M. Helen smiled. She tied a rope around his neck and led him to Oliver's shop. Oliver, she said, look who came to help. Oliver laughed. Perfect. We need help carrying leather to the market. From that day, the goat helped them with heavy loads. He pulled carts, carried water, and worked in the fields. Years passed. Oliver and Helen became richer. They lived in peace and love. One day, the goat was very old and tired. He could barely walk. Oliver felt sorry for him. He went inside, brought out the second stick, and touched him. Poof! Remo became a man again, but he was no longer young. He was old, weak, and bent. Oliver looked at him and said, You tried to take my wife. That was wrong. Go now. Never come back and never look at another man's wife again. Remo walked away slowly. He never returned. Oliver and Helen stayed together for many more years, happy, honest, and full of love.